problem is, what the problem is,
whatever that fucking mean. Yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck you niggas and I mean that. You want war, bitch, I bring that. Real niggas dressing all black. I'll put your life in the past. All you lames ain't gon' last. Put that dumb shit in the trash. I be yellow in the jungle while them with gorillas even when it's fast. I was boosting them was back up. Run all up in your stash house. Tell you niggas kick the cash out. 45 on your ass. A lot of y'all dudes is acting. Keep on saying that y'all trapping. Put you right up on the news channel 45 asking what happened. Big nigga and I'm husky. I dare you niggas try to touch me. So official like the ref. I got some real niggas that'll leave you dusty. I ain't never had nothing. Making something out of nothing. Out here grinding real hard trying to turn the Debbie to an English muffin. I went to work like a slave nigga. Streets know I'm a go-getter. I can never be a whole nigga. Real facts, you's a whole nigga. Catch the boy in the cup. Watch the pot bubble up. Profit going double up. Really never give a fuck. My hood really bout that. Cross the line, then we off black. Kill a nigga when it's off black. Smoke you chunks like some gas. My father never really fuck with me. None of these niggas can't fuck with me. Say it twice if you remember me. None of y'all can't fuck with me. So high, life like I just caught the molly. Wait for a young dumb ass nigga to try me. Giving them shots to the face of the body. Cause like a boxer, man, shots to the body. I done did a lot of dumb shit. A lot of beat a hater up type shit. I got that shit straight from high and out of nigga out real. I saw the teens of that musty. It was loud, it was crunchy. That's when housing came and rushed me. Came around every corner, had me on the ground. That's when they cuffed me. Had to switch the game up. Started capping up for slugs. I'm getting money, nigga, what? I'm getting money, nigga, what? Nobody couldn't tell me nothing cause a real nigga never gave a fuck. Homie told her that was fucked up. Real talk, that was fucked up. When I see you little nigga hit you with that 40, let you know your time's up. Greedy nigga still hungry. Yes, the boy still hungry. I be in my own lane fighting like a champ, getting to the money. Get all that stupid shit. I'm gonna give me some money and ball out. I'ma stack it so high to the ceiling that when it come to my house, you gon' fall out. Only real niggas know what I'm talking about. Shoot up a nigga like filming a movie. Spit it for reals like we shooting a Uzi. Crossing the beach, you be out of here. Homie, you know I don't show no fear. Treat you like magic, you disappear. Make sure you haters is crystal clear. Get them away from here. Get them out of here. Get them out of here.
There you go, there you go. Dress it up.
Let me take you higher and show you how you should feel. Baby, there's something now available in your body. Whatever it is you want from me, baby. See, you don't have to say nothing. Know your body wants something. It's easy for me to see that your body is calling for me. I can hear it calling me. You know the words. I can hear it calling me. Yeah. I can hear it calling me. I went to R. Kelly concert. He did this right here. Hey. I hear you calling me. I hear you calling me. I'm listening. I thought I heard somebody over here calling me. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. I'm listening. I hear you calling me. I'm listening. I hear you calling me. I heard somebody over here calling me. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I hate to do this, but no, I have to. Oh no, oh, I know. I've read all the articles, seen all the photographs, just a few in me in the magazine. I did all the interviews, and not once did I mention you. Let the billboards walk right by you. I didn't want to make a scene because we agreed. Don't want everybody knowing about us. And I vow that forever I keep my word, baby. But I'm telling you now, the secret is driving me crazy. And I'm tired of creeping around with you. Girl, I wanna be with you. Tell me what the hell are we gonna do? I'm like, oh, 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 baby. We can't let the industry know because our cover will be blown. If anybody is, also happens to see, girl, you've got your career, and I've got family, and girl, that's why we can't let the industry know, oh no, because our cover will be blown. Don't want it to be known, gotta keep it on the low. Nobody, girl, we can't let the industry know. Yeah. But you wanna know, wait, said you be my shelter in the midst of stormy weather. Texts of you telling me you are my umbrella. Girl, I just don't know what to do anymore. You and me on the QT is killing me slow. And even though I'm a little younger than you, it's okay. And I'm starting to feel that if people found that, then girl, it's okay. But then I saw you up in the songs, when up in a video. I was so pissed that I jumped right up and went straight to the studio. Because we agreed to keep it on the low. Don't want everybody knowing about us. And I vow that forever I'll keep my word, baby. But I'm telling you now, the secret is driving me crazy. And I'm tired of creeping around with you. Girl, I wanna be with you. Tell me what the hell are we gonna do? I'm like, oh, 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 baby, we can't let the industry know because our cover will be blown. Anybody is, so happens to see, you've got your career, I've got family, and girl, that's why we can't let the industry know. No, because our cover will be blown. Don't want it to be known, gotta keep it on the low. Nobody. Baby, we can't let the industry. We have got to be careful. If we don't want nobody to get hurt, we've got to keep it private, girl. This relationship to ourselves. No, I agree, girl, it's killing me. Why do we have to hide from the industry? And baby girl, I'm tired of sneaking and creeping with one another. Every day it gets harder for me being your secret lover. We can't let the industry know because we'll be low. Anybody here so happens to see us. You got your career, I've got family. That's why we can't let the industry know. Cause our cover will be blown. Want it to be known, keep it on the low. We can let the industry know what they do behind closed doors. Our cover will be blown. I'm Mr. Him. Let's go. Dream Team, y'all know what time it is. What? What? I'm Mr. Him. Mr. Him. You know I've been him. Ah. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, oh. Let's land this plane. I'm Mr. Him. Mr. Him. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. Y'all know what we doing. The best team in the land is back together. The gang is back together. You know, I guess they just can't leave us alone because the gang is back. But I want to do this real quick. Let's get this out of the way. If you like the commentary, go ahead and hit the Cash App $ official Dana J at the bottom of the screen. It'll be a little box with I guess like a $ in it. You can go ahead and hit that, John. That's called the super chat. Nothing too great, nothing too small. But you know, Dana J is going to continue exposing them all. So I gotta say, what up, y'all? What up, y'all? I told y'all I'm back, full strength. Mr. Libra, what's going on? Judah J, Prima Donna. Oh yeah, my brother Shank Rock in the building. Oh yeah, Shank Rock is in the building. EJ, Thick Baby, thank you for the 5-piece. You starting it off today. Look, I gotta go. I gotta go. I need 9 more super chats. I need 9 more super chats for the people that been cash apping me. I thank you so much. I thank you for the cash apps. I need 9 more super chats all through this commentary. You don't gotta do it all at once, but if you choose to, then thank you. Thank you. You will not go unnoticed. I want to say thank you for everybody that's been, hitting the super chat, hitting the cash app and all that. And we don't do no scamming over here. Judah, what's up? We don't do no scamming over here. Hey, Deetra, EJ in the building. We don't do no scamming over here. That's what's wrong with what's going on now. There's too much scamming in the god daggone land. And we don't have to scam. So before we get to talking about the scamming, right? I want to talk about this one guy. Let me go ahead and load this up. I want to talk about this one guy. And it's weird that people in the midst of the Diddy trial. Let's go there. In the midst of the Diddy trial. Thank you, Bad Girls Talk. Wisdom Daughter in the building. Shout out to Wisdom Daughter, man. When I tell y'all it's good to have real friends, because I'm not always right. And Wisdom Daughter is one of the ones that will let me know, well, Dana, I don't agree with this. Mainly when we talking about Trump, she hates it. She hates the orange guy. And one thing I can say is I appreciate her friendship, because most people be like, oh my God. Da, da, da. Nope. I tell her how I feel. She tell me how she feel. And we just leave it at that. Good friends. Just like some of the Dream Team members, they hate the orange guy. And I'm trying to get them to see that the orange guy ain't bad. But hey, Wisdom Daughter and some of them folks in the Dream Team, they ain't trying to hit. But I love them anyway, because without all of us, what will the people have? Let's look at it. And without all of us, what will the people have? We are all they got. And what I mean by that is we bring the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. If y'all thinking I'm gonna talk about the press passes first, no. I will be talking about the press passes last. I want y'all to get this commentary leading up to it, and so that way you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? So let's go here. The guy right here, Woody Allen. Most people sit back and say, he's a great filmmaker. He's a good guy from Hollywood. Some people say he look weird. This picture lets me know that he's deranged. This picture let me know that he's a pedophile. Now, people sit back and say, well, Dana, why would you say that? Why would you call the great Woody Allen a pedophile? Well, let's talk. We're going to talk. Woody Allen versus Pharaoh. Docuseries trailer digs into Woody Allen abuse allegations. Just days ahead of its February 21st premiere, HBO has released a new trailer for Allen versus Pharaoh, a documentary series that delves into accusations of pedophilia and sexual assault against renowned writer, actor, director Woody Allen. The four-part series charts the heyday of Allen's partnership with actress Mia Farrow, the mother of 3 of his children. Then the story unravels as a focus on allegations that he sexually abused Farrow's adopted daughter, Dylan. The trailer, which promises a deep dive into court documents, audio tapes, and footage of the child describing the abuse, also includes an interview with the actress herself. And we're going to keep going. I told y'all, we're going to keep going. Woody Allen frequently socialized with pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Accused child molester Woody Allen regularly pawed around the neighborhood, with neighborhood Jeffrey Epstein, even after the pedophile served jail time for sex with underage girls, according to a trove of documents. The controversial 87-year-old director arranged get-togethers with Epstein at least once a month throughout 2014 and 2015, according to the latest collection of documents, including emails and schedules revealed by the Wall Street Journal. Allen's assistant also sent the private invite in November 2012, more than 3 years after Epstein finished his jail time for pleading guilty to solicitation prostitution from a girl aged under 18, the doc showed. Woody was wondering if Jeffrey would be interested in watching his new film either today or tomorrow. The note acts with the convicted pedophile replying that he was available. The following year, the pair planned to visit the studio of artist Jeff Koons, who did not respond to a request for comment about it. The WSJ said a year later, in October 2020 and 2014, Epstein planned for the Annie Hall director to give lessons on film editing at a sprawling Manhattan mansion where Epstein abused girls, not women, not young women, but where Epstein abused girls and hosted numerous high-profile guests, including Prince Andrew. The documents shows. Okay. Like I say, we're going to keep going. Ooh. So a group that Woody Allen backs, y'all know what this group is. And we ain't singling them out, but we going to keep it real. This group right here is well known throughout the world. Are they well liked? Well, depending on who you are and depending on what you like and depending on how you live, just depending on. That's all I can say. Just depending on. So the term cissexual was coined by pedophile sympathizer Volkmar Sigosh, who said good sex can be anything. Oh my.
who said good sex can be anything. I want that to sit in to your mind. Who said good sex can be anything. Like I said, I want that to sit there for a minute because I want you to understand what the writer was trying to say versus what the writer did say. That good sex can be anything. Now, we had a well-known artist by the name of Robert Sylvester Kelly, and he did songs that had a lot of sexual things in it. And the first thing these people said was R. Kelly was doing it for underage girls. R. Kelly was writing them songs because of underage girls. Well, I have a question. Now that we find out that R. Kelly was not writing them due to underage girls or for underage girls, why isn't the same energy repalled or given to Woody Allen? And the stuff that he did, we all know, was for underage women. Or should I say underage girls, not women. Why isn't that same energy given to Woody Allen? That's all I want to know. Why? I just want to know why. Because I just don't understand. And with me not understanding, I need some things to be real. I need some things to be talked about. I need some things to really be in the forefront. I need you to really understand where this is about to go. Because where this is about to go, it's weird. And okay, cool, got it right there. And what I'm going to say is many people have recently become accustomed to using the term cisgender, which has morphed from the original term cissexual, originally coined by sexologist Volkmar Sigers. The increasing popularity of the transgender movement has resulted in non-trans people being widely labeled as cisgender. We've been told that if we identify with the sex that was assigned to us at birth, we are cisgender. Many find this definition to be absurd, though, as it suggests our biological sex is not something we're born with, but rather something that doctors assign to us. Sometimes incorrectly, TikToker at Hey It's Jude Rose posted a video detailing why she refuses to use the term cisgender anymore. Now, I'm going to save that for a later day. I'm going to save that for a later day because I want to not get off topic, but I put that out there for a reason because it sets up for this. The Woody Allen sexual. The Woody Allen sexual. The Woody Allen sexual abuse. Now, they say R. Kelly was holding people in a cult, right? and people went crazy talking about, oh yeah, but they holding them in a cult and this and this, and then folks ran and had R. Kelly locked up, had him locked up, along with in the industry. Let's keep it real. And one of the guys that laughed about R. Kelly being locked up and praised about it is the one that's locked up now for the same charges, which we know as Diddy. Who Diddy is a very close person with this guy, Woody Allen. So let's read. In August 1992, let's read this, and before it gets sicker. And I'm telling you now, it's about to get sicker. Y'all go ahead and share it out. Y'all go ahead and, hit that super chat. Y'all can do $1, $2, $5, $10. It don't matter. I thank everybody for all your contributions so far. In August 1992, American filmmaker and actor Woody Allen was alleged by actress Mia Farrow to have sexually molested their adoptive daughter, Daylin Farrow, then age 7, in Mia Farrow's home in Bridgewater, Connecticut. Allen has repeatedly denied the allegation, which was investigated and dismissed by both the judge in the custody case and New York Social Services. Keep them right there. Why would New York Social Services investigate somebody that's in Bridgewater, Connecticut? Make it make sense. In Connecticut, it was investigated without charges being filed. Why? Because he's a gatekeeper. When we talk about gatekeeping and we talk about people that groom Diddy, we talk about people that groom other folks. I will say, like Woody Allen's best friend, Oprah Winfrey, but hold tight because I'm going to get there next. Allen has reportedly, when the allegation was made, Allen and Mia Farrow had been in a romantic relationship for 12 years. They had 3 children together, 2 adopted, Daylin and Moses, and 1 biological, Satchel, now known as Ronan Farrow. The sexual abuse is alleged to have taken place 8 months after Farrow learned Allen and Soon Yi Previn, whom Farrow adopted with her former husband, and Andre Previn. Make this make sense? Had begun a sexual relationship 3 years before Soon Yi Previn and Allen began to date. Previn was a 21-year-old first-year undergraduate with the sexual relationship when the sexual relationship began. Farrow learned of the friendship in December 1991, which Allen and Previn say was within 2 weeks of its start. Allen alleged the relationship prompted Farrow to concoct the molestation allegation as an act of vengeance. The Connecticut state's attorney investigated the allegation but did not press charges. During the investigation, the Connecticut State Police referred Dylan to the Child Sexual Abuse Clinic of Yale New Haven Hospital, which concluded that Allen had not sexually abused Dylan, and the allegation was probably coached or influenced by Mia Farrow. The New York Department of Social Services found no credible evidence to support the allegation. In response to the allegation, Allen sued Farrow for sole custody of Dylan, Satchel, and Moses. He lost the case in June 1993, though. The judge agreed that the allegation of sexual abuse had not been proven, and the preponderance of the evidence indicated no abuse. Visitations with Dylan were to be resumed within 6 months, as soon as Dylan had recovered from what she had suffered during the initial custody case. While Allen was given limited supervised visitation with Satchel, Moses, a teenager, was allowed to decide for himself. The decision was upheld on appeal in 1994 and 1995. Dylan has repeated the allegation several times as an adult. Although with modifications of Mia's 1992 narrative, her first public comment was in an interview with Maureen Orth for Vanity Fair in 2013. followed by an open letter in the New York Times in 2014 and a Los Angeles Times opt in December 2017. Allen has spoken publicly about the allegation in a New York Times opt and in 2018 in a statement to CBS News, each time denying it and referring to the unanimous conclusions of multiple judicial investigations that exonerated him. Mia is accused of child abuse by two of her children, Moses and Soon Yi, who also accused her of false allegations and of brainwashing Dallin. Now remember, Soon Yi is the daughter that he now married and is his wife. Make it make sense. In 2018, letter posted online, Moses, who was 14 at the time of the allegations, wrote that he felt a responsibility as the man of the house to carefully watch Dylan and others the afternoon she was allegedly molested, and explain in detail why he believes the allegation is false. He calls his coerced support of Mia the biggest mistake of his life. He tweeted, "So many times I saw my mother try to convince her that she was abused, and it has worked." It says Woody Allen and Mia Farrow began a 12-year relationship in 1980, during which Farrow starred in 13 of his films. They maintained separate apartments in Manhattan throughout the relationship, Farrow on Central Park West and Allen on Fifth Avenue, and did not marry. Both had been married twice before. When the relationship began, Farrow had 7 children, 3 biological sons from her marriage to composer Andre Previn, 3 adopted girls, 2 Vietnamese and 1 Korean, Soon Yi Previn, and 1 adopted Korean boy, Moses. Excuse me. In July 1985, she adopted Dylan Farrow from Texas. Allen was not involved in the adoption, but when Dylan arrived, he assumed a parental role with her and began spending more time in Farrow's home. He and Farrow went to Europe several times with the Farrow Previn children between 1987 and 1989. Although the judicial investigation concluded that he remained aloft from Miss Farrow's other children, except for Moses, to whom he was cordial. In December 1987, Farrow gave birth to Allen's biological son, Satchel, later known as Ronan Farrow. Farrow wanted to adopt another child in 1981. Allen said he would not take a lousy attitude toward it, so long as she agreed to his adoption of Dylan and Moses. And in October that year, she adopted another Vietnamese child. Allen's adoption of Dylan and Moses was finalized on December 17th, 1991. Now, it's a whole lot going back. It's a whole lot, right? It's a whole lot. But we're going to focus on this right here. During her final year of high school, Soon Yi told Allen that she wanted to be a model. Now, this right here is the daughter that he raised. And when he raised her up and she became of age, he married her. My question is why he's not in jail. So we're going to skip all of that because it's a whole lot to this. And we can come back to this another day. So we're going to skip that. But what we're not going to skip, right? What we're not going to skip is the recorded call. Check this out.
One of them said, "You will not let me get it."
You have to wait beyond that now. What you've done to Suni, what you've done to Dylan, what you've done to Dylan. Dylan's a baby. How could you do that to her? I don't know anything of the kind. I know what Dylan tells me. You've told me nothing but lies. Dylan tells the truth inconsistently. No, I don't know that, Woody. I've always been worried about you and Dylan. And I didn't know the doctor had to report this to the authorities. I didn't know that. I went just to be sure she was all right. And she's not all right, Woody. She walks around the house holding her vagina. She sleeps with me. She's scared of you. And you hurt her. And I feel pretty guilty myself that I wasn't there to protect her. She said, Mama, you didn't help me. She said, Daddy shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have hurt me like that. If you hurt her, you would weep inside. And you would just want to be dead. Because I don't know how you can live with what you did.
I'm going to play it again. Let's run it back.
One of you said you will not let me get
You have to wait beyond that now. What you've done to Suni, what you've done to Dylan. What you've done to Dylan. Dylan's a baby. How could you do that to her? I don't know anything of the kind. I know what Dylan tells me. You've told me nothing but lies. Dylan tells the truth inconsistently. No, I don't know that, Woody. I've always been worried about you and Dylan. And I didn't know the doctor had to report this to the authorities. I didn't know that. I went just to be sure she was all right. And she's not all right, Woody. She walks around the house holding her vagina. She sleeps with me. She's scared of you. And you hurt her. And I feel pretty guilty myself that I wasn't there to protect her. She said, Mama, you didn't help me. She said, Daddy shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have hurt me like that. If you hurt her, you would weep inside. And you would just want to be dead. Because I don't know how you can live with what you did.
So we got something like that that's out there, right? But you lock up R. Kelly over allegations, but you won't even touch that. I wonder why. And you won't even investigate Woody Allen. Now, if the kids are saying that, and they go to the hospital, don't y'all think it's a cover-up? What up, Colton? Don't you think it's a cover-up? Well, but wait, I ain't gonna go too far from the tree, because Woody Allen got a friend that's sick as hell. And when I told y'all that Oprah Winfrey had something to do with R. Kelly being locked up because he spoke up about the molestation of kids and the missing kids, and he said it publicly. He said it's females out there that need our help, that really need to be rescued. Oprah ain't like that. You want to know why? Because Oprah's part of the $1 billion ring. Folks tell me I'm lying. Okay, well, when you got digital footprints, there's no need to lie. Go get your cups. We're going to be here for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Check this out. Let's go.
Pedophiles. But she's about to lose a whole lot more, according to investigators who revealed that the billionaire media tycoon is about to be thrown under the bus and prosecuted on child trafficking charges. Oprah isn't the only member of the global VIP elite facing charges. A whole host of household names, including Bill Gates, mainstream media figures, and members of the US House and Senate are currently splitting as the walls close in on them. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join the People's Voice Locals community. According to investigators, Oprah Winfrey has been hiding in plain sight for decades, conspiring with some of the world's most notorious pedophiles and sex traffickers. and taking every opportunity to legitimize child sexual abuse in public forums.
So this is what so many people don't understand. A big part of the confusion and shame for child victims is that the attention and the seduction from the predator, who is probably going to be somebody you know.
Right.
In order for it to work, it has to be somebody you know, somebody you admire, somebody you respect, or maybe even love. And it feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Right. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. And when I first said this years ago, people were like, you're crazy, because everybody wants to believe it's like sexual assault and you're being thrown up against the wall and you're being raped. And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. And if the abuser is any good, he or she is going to make you feel like you're a part of it.
According to mainstream media, Oprah's laundry list of paedophile connections is just an unfortunate coincidence. It's like the extensive list of Clinton associates who wound up dead in bizarre circumstances.
What up, Willie?
Often committing suicide by putting 2 bullet holes in the back of their own heads. One coincidence after another.
Right,
decades and decades. After Oprah's close friend Jerry Harris was sentenced to 12 years in prison on child sex crimes in July, the media fact-checked anybody who dared to point out that he was Oprah's protege. This was information they didn't want to get out. But in reality, Harris was the star of Oprah's Netflix show Cheer, and she personally groomed him for the role. Then, like many of her other friends, Harris was exposed as a child rapist after he was caught using his position to lure underage children. But Jerry Harris is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Oprah and her paedophile connections. You might have heard of John of God, who will spend the rest of his life behind bars after being found guilty of a sickening array of paedophilia, trafficking and rape charges. Oprah featured him on a talk show in 2012 after travelling all the way to Brazil to interview him. According to Oprah, the man who would later be found guilty of the most hideous crimes was an inspiring figure. That's right. Even Oprah's spiritual advisor has been sentenced to prison on sickening child sex charges. For some reason, Oprah didn't tell her audience that John of God was literally farming babies through the sex slavery of very young girls and selling infants around the world to the highest bidders.
Na hora que eu fiquei sabendo, eu me entrego à justiça divina e à justiça da terra que eu prometi, e estou indo agora para me entregar, porque eu fiquei sabendo pelo meu advogado que está aqui presente, o Dr. Toron.
This is not a conspiracy theory, this is a conspiracy fact. Young girls were held captive in remote farms where Oprah's inspirational friend would impregnate them and murder them after 10 years of giving birth. These babies were then sold to elite VIPs around the world. This was a huge global child trafficking operation involving elite VIPs that's been systematically swept under the carpet by the mainstream media. Why would they circle the wagons around such an evil figure? Because the mainstream media is bought and paid for by the global elites, who are essentially buying them off to keep quiet about the skeletons in their closets. John of God is connected to Bill Clinton, Naomi Campbell and Marina Abramovich, who filmed a documentary at his compound in Brazil in 2016. With friends like that, the mainstream media were always going to give him a free pass. But the story gets even darker. The woman who originally blew the whistle and exposed the child trafficking operation, Sabrina Bittencourt, was found dead after John of God was arrested. The authorities quickly ruled it was a suicide, but her son was quoted on social media as saying, "They killed my mother." Oprah sure keeps good company. She also runs her own school for young girls in Africa, a $40 million school for disadvantaged girls, where in 2007, several girls were sexually abused, and parents were only allowed to see their children once a month. Which raises the question, what is this billionaire's endgame? What is her overarching agenda? We've got the receipts, and they all point to a very disturbing outcome. But first, an important word from our sponsor. The globalist elite have admitted that they want to bankrupt us, and now they're making their move. The government have been given permission to print as much money as they want. The last time they did that, inflation went up 9%. The Biden regime claims that this has saved America's economy, but all they did is ensure the US dollar gets devalued even further. With the BRICS nation...
Okay. So Right here, say Oprah Winfrey is a professional when it comes to combating pedophilia. Did you know she beat the FBI on the pedophile symbolism case on her website 4 months before them? She was also very close to sex offenders John of Good and Harvey Weinstein. Thank God for her African school. And this right here these were the symbols that was on Oprah's school website. And I've talked about that too. But check this out. We're going to listen. Let's listen to what she had to say.
Caregivers for Kamala, train lovers for Harris Waltz. I didn't know there were train lovers. Train lovers, chefs for Kamala, love that group. Republicans for Harris, love that group even more. We've got Swifties, where are you? Swifties for Kamala! And in addition to thousands of you all who caregivers.
Hold on. We got another one. Let's listen to this.
Somebody you admire, somebody you respect, or maybe even love. And it feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Right. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. And when I first said this years ago, people were like, you're crazy, because everybody wants to believe it's like sexual assault and you're being thrown up against the wall and you're being raped. And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happening.
Oprah legitimized the notorious sex criminal Zhao Tashira, a.k.a. John of God, as a miraculous faith healer, one who could cure cancer, giving him international recognition. Zhao Tashira is now serving 19 years in prison for the rape of 4 women. He is facing additional cases related to several sex crimes, including keeping teenage women as sex slaves in underground mines, forcing them to have his children, and selling their babies internationally for tens of thousands of dollars before murdering the women after about 10 years of childbirth. Oprah runs her own Leadership Academy for girls in Africa, a $40 million school for disadvantaged girls, where in 2007, several children were sexually abused and parents were only allowed to see their children once a month. It was very close with disgraced Hollywood mogul, rapist, and abuser Harvey Weinstein. Her Me Too documentary ignored Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. Oprah was herself a teenage prostitute. She stokes the fires of racism in America. And she is a member of the Billionaire Club, or the Good Club, along with Bill Gates, George Soros, Warren Buffett, David Rockefeller, and Ted Turner. The so-called Good Club meets behind closed doors and discusses plans for global depopulation. The Great Awakening is upon us. When will humanity begin seeing these billionaire celebrities for who they really are?
Wow. 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 Hold on.
It feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. So this is what so many people don't understand. A big part of the confusion and shame for child victims is that the attention and the seduction from the predator, who is probably going to be somebody you know.
Right.
In order for it to work, it has to be somebody you know, somebody you admire, somebody you respect, or maybe even love. And it feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. And when I first said this years ago, people were like, you're crazy, because everybody wants to believe it's like sexual assault and you're being thrown up against the wall and you're being raped. And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. And if the abuser is any good, he or she is going to make you feel like you're a part of it. I mean, and nothing is more being a part of it than what we discussed earlier.
Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. I tried to tell many people, but not many people will listen. Which leads over to, why did you show that, Dana? Well, we're going to rock with a little Puffy for a second. Also, if you're over on X, y'all see it. DanaJay, the actor and brand. Go ahead and send me a like. Go ahead and add me. Holler at me. So let's take it there. Inner City Press is reporting. Thanks, though. I'm not sure I'll have lunch or coffee. I just came to check, though, SDNY Magistrates Court. There is a defendant in MDC tan jail uniform, his federal defender, but still no judge. Stories later. The opening statements finished around 12:20 p.m. today. Later this afternoon, the first witnesses. Okay. Vlog number 2. This is about the Sean Combs case. This was reported 7 hours ago. Let's hear what they had to say at Inner City Press.
All right, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press. We're here at the break after the opening statements in U.S. versus Sean Combs. It was quite a process. Number one, there was the jury selection, and we'd been covering it last week. And we did sort of an extra you can find on Substack and extra subscribers about a juror that probably should have been stricken for cause. It's a UN staffer that basically works at the counterterrorism office, and that would work with U.S. law enforcement, which he then denied. In any event, the opening statements were quite something. It turns out it's a more stripped down case, at least than I thought. The U.S. attorney Johnson talked about Cassie and Jane, which is a pseudonym. And also a Mia and arson. Now, Tenny Garagos, in her opening statement, said, this is just about private sexual behavior. They don't dispute that Combs can be violent and jealous, but that should never have been a federal case, and that the witnesses are all have their own interests, including filthy lucre, money. So we're going to see how it plays out. Right at the end, after the jury left, Brian Steele, they brought up from Georgia after the Young Thug trial, made some evidentiary objections about the reports about the hotel, Intercontinental Hotel lobby, elevator lobby violence. So that should be resolved this afternoon as the witnesses begin, including with some hotel witnesses. So Inner City Press, we're on the case. We're covering other cases too. I just stopped at the Mag Court. A man was released after 2 uses of a gun. Well, one brandishing and one using. Ordered released, but there's been a request by the government for a stay, which was denied, but they're going to be appealing it. So we're going to be covering that as well. But Diddy it is. In for a pound, in for a penny, in for a pound. Inner City Press on the case.
Okay. So also, AUSA said, what did you tell them? Flora said, that is, they were arguing. They have to take it back to these rooms, and that the broken vase would be charged to the room. Cassie said she wanted her phone and her bag. AUSA, what did you see on the 6th floor? Flora, is Mr. Combs in a towel and some light color socks. He's a rapper, producer, and Cassie on the floor. AUSA, let me show you photos. Combs in a tuxedo, and in a separate photo, Cassie Ventura smiling. Okay. AUSA, when he offered you money, what did he say? Flora said that he didn't want anyone to know about it. Pretty much. AUSA, which way Mr. Combs dragging Casey? Flora said back toward the room. AUSA, nothing further. Brian Steele. I think that's Brian Steele. Hold on. It can be embarrassing for a guest. AUSA objection. Judge sustained. Still, one moment, nothing further. Judge, redirect. AUSA, did you typically? Thank you so much, Tiff. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Tiff. Hey, I need 7 more super chats, y'all. Y'all go and hit that joint for this content. It's piping hot. Did you typically include every single detail in a report? Flores, no. AUSA, did he seem drunk or high? Flores, no. AUSA, Comey, y'all know who that is. Y'all know who that is. Oh, Lord. Comey's on the case. Be prepared for this case to be thrown, if it is. What next? Male dancer. He said, are y'all ready to continue? AUSA, did you try? Male dancer, I don't recall. AUSA, did you see them again? Male dancer, I thought I had developed some sort of friendship with Cassie. I may have been speculating. AUSA Comey said, what was Mr. Combs saying as he meet Cassie? Male dancer, he said, bitch, when I tell you come over, you come over. I didn't know what to do. AUSA said, did you intervene? Male dancer, no. I knew that the changes that were bodyguards. Objection. Sustained. Megan Cundiff talked about what she, I guess what she saw or heard or whatever. I don't know if she was even there, but hey, let's listen.
Jury selection in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking and racketeering trial is expected to wrap up today. Opening statements are also expected to start. One of the first witnesses will likely be one of Combs' accusers, who will be on the stand all week. Here now to preview today's proceedings, legal affairs reporter Megan Cundiff. So Megan, good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So what do we know potentially about what each side of the case will argue today in their opening statements?
This is going to be all about consent. And was Diddy doing things to women against their consent, or was this just a toxic relationship with abuse on both sides? And that's really the defense we've heard from Diddy in the last few weeks in court, especially.
Gotcha. And we mentioned at the top of this story that the first witness will likely be one of Diddy's accusers. Do we know anything more about that first witness and who it could be?
We don't. I think it's a good bet that it would be Cassie, who is the one accuser who has been publicly identified, and she's willing to testify under her own name. That seems like a very likely first witness. There's been no confirmation on that, but I imagine we're going to know sooner than later.
How long is this trial expected to last?
It could be a couple months. I've heard that they're thinking it could go into early July. But just with Cassie's testimony expecting to take a week, and the other victims who could testify too, and then we've got former employees of Diddy who could testify, and then this could be the kind of case where there is a robust defense. Oftentimes the defense is just cross-examination, but possibly we could see Diddy call some of his own witnesses when it's his time. So this could be a lengthy one.
The video that has been so widely circulated showing Diddy and Cassie together in that hotel hallway, will that be shown as part of this trial?
As far as I know, that is still the plan. There is always some kind of last-minute pretrial things that get decided on the last day, but all the rulings I've seen on that is the judge verifying that this can be shown and backing that. So I haven't heard any kind of ruling otherwise, but things can change at the last minute. But so far, that would be huge, and that has not come out.
Gotcha. And do we know anything else about the folks who have been seated on this jury? I mean, the jury is not fully put together yet, right? There are still a couple more people to be put on it.
Right, they are doing the final touches this morning. So the final reports on who the jury is, I'm sure, will matter a lot just on these final people. But you know, it's always a cross section of Manhattan, and it's never too difficult to find jurors in Manhattan who are able to serve on these high-profile cases because they just have them so much in Manhattan federal court.
Absolutely, Megan. How can people, our viewers, keep up to date with your reporting on this trial?
Yeah, I will be sharing a lot of stuff on social media, trying to really promote the reporters, in-house reporters who have the credentials and are able to do the reporting. Then I also have my own website, legalaffairsandtrials.com, that I do a lot of reporting out here in LA and on a range of celebrity cases. So I'll be following it on there.
Got it. Okay, a lot of eyes are going to be on this trial for the length of it, I imagine. Thank you so much for your time this morning, Megan Cundiff, and thank you as always for bringing your
Okay. So right here, he said Justin Bieber. Nothing is a coincidence. Now, why would Justin Bieber be spotted out and about in New York City while Sean Diddy Combs trial is happening? Is he possibly testifying? Things that make you this about the 3 count, but pretty much Diddy's going to testify. Hold on, I want y'all to hear this.
As Sean Combs' family just walked in the courthouse, jury selection continues. Then the jurors will be sworn in, opening statements, and then witnesses will be called. Stay with CBS for the very latest. A very large media presence outside federal court as Sean Combs' family just walked in the courthouse. Jury selection continues. Then the jurors will be sworn in, opening statements, and then witnesses will be called. Stay with CBS for the very latest.
Courthouse here in Lower Manhattan for opening statements day in the trial against Sean Diddy Combs. And check this out, this line of people, they've been out here since last night hoping to grab a seat inside the courtroom to see Combs in person as this trial gets underway. Stay tuned to Fox News for more. We are outside the federal courthouse here in Lower Manhattan for opening statements day in the trial against Sean
This person
Diddy Combs.
looks familiar.
Of people, they've been out here since last night hoping to grab a seat inside the courtroom to see Combs in person as this trial gets underway. Stay tuned to Fox News for more. We are out.
Hold on. No, not the press pass. No, hold on. Not the press pass, lady. No. I be damn. Ooh. I be damn. Uh-oh. If y'all know who that is, put it in the chat.
Let us pray the pimp's prayer. Lord, please pray for the soul of this bitch and guide my pimp hand and make it strong, Lord, so that she might learn our whole place. Oh, yeah!
I just want to know. Not Miss Press Pass. Not Miss Press Pass. They said that, and they went on and the whole Scam Likely crew went on a whole rant today talking about that she got a press pass. I'm just trying to figure out.
What did you say, nigga?
She went on, her and the Scam Likely crew went on a whole press run talking about she got a press pass. But this lady just said, what? Hold on.
We are outside the federal courthouse here in Lower Manhattan for opening statements day in the trial against Sean Diddy Combs. And check this out, this line of people, they've been out here since last night hoping to grab a seat inside the courtroom to see Combs in person as this trial gets underway. Stay tuned to Fox News for more. We are
hoping to grab a seat.
Going back, and I'm taking y'all with me in the first class cabin on the Ass Whooping Express. All aboard! Woo woo!
Hoping to grab a seat. But when you have a press pass, you can just walk on through when your press pass is authentic. Ooh, listen. The Scam Likely crew is going to hate me, baby. I'm going to milk this. Shit's naive. So you going to tell me.
We're outside the federal courthouse here in Lower Manhattan. We are outside the federal court. We are out.
Don't turn your head quick. Because, see, I'm watching, baby. I'm watching, baby. I'm watching. I'm watching. So with me watching this thing, you had a press pass. And I'm gonna be honest, I was just looking at what the lady was saying, and then some said, look, I said, ooh, baby. Ooh, you ain't gonna get away with this one.
I ain't have to help now more, you rotten asshole.
Bitch.
My mama ain't got a bunch of kids that died. Bitch,
Woo! Y'all done played with the wrong one. So now I'm about to ooh. I don't know, Judah, but I'm just ooh. You've been standing outside since the night before. But you going telling everybody, oh, I'm at the Diddy trial. I'm covering the Diddy trial. I got the press pass, y'all. I'm going inside of the Diddy trial. You went to New York to stand outside, just like everybody else. And when I get to New York, I'm going to stand outside, just like everybody else. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, since we doing Scam Likely, I got a question. Why did you have your lapdog come out here and do some shit like this? You know, I can't argue with the chick, so I'm just trying to figure out. So now I'm Mel S, and I'm not a mother. The ish these people come up with, yet a man named Earl. Whew. And a fatso named Bozo pressed about my post. Both of them on Section 8 and broke. Shit, I wish I was on Section 8. Can somebody tell me how to get a Section 8 voucher? I surely would take it. Same state still talking about what I'm going to do, but ain't did it in 4 years. You still ugly. Have you looked at yourself lately? See, this is what I hate. And this is why I try to refrain from this, because it's always the Caucasian people that want to act like they have melanin in their system. And I'm just going to go here. And because they sucking and dipping lowing on a melanated penis, they think they have the same authority to say certain shit to melanated people. Now, I don't know what she's talking about somebody being stuck on her post and nothing like that. You know, I don't really care about none of that, right? I typically left these people alone. But here's what I'm talking about. Remember the day one press pass? Remember the day one press pass? Where it said, subject media access request, Sean Combs trial, commencing May 12, 2025. Date Friday, May the 9th, 2025. Dear Executive District Media Relations Team, good morning. There has been some public decision, specifically via YouTube. Discussion specifically via YouTube regarding whether a special application is required in advance to secure courtroom access as a member of the press. One such video is from a content creator known as Scam Likely, who states that she completed an application, right? She completed an application process to gain approval for media seating. For reference, please see the video link below. And they put out this right here. Say, hello, Scam Likely. Congratulations, your single event registration application has been approved, right? But this is what the court said. The court said, hello, please see the below answers to your questions. The information referenced above is not from the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. Uh-oh. Then it says seating for non-in-house press is on first come first seated basis, and the roles designated for press. No application is required. No, once the courtroom seats are full, everyone will be directed to an overflow courtroom. We will add you. Please submit a medical note if we can make an accommodation for the row that you sit in. Thank you. That was the first one, right? So they still decided that they want to make up lies for the subs over there. And they jump out there and the lapdog come again. I don't know why, but the lapdog come again and says, this is for those who said she was lying about getting a press pass. Suck it. Hate on this, right? And it says, City of New York, scam likely, independent, USA versus Sean Combs, Valiant, something, press pass. So this is supposed to have people saying, oh yeah, she got a press pass and this and this. She got a picture there and a number. But you know, you can go online and you can get a press pass from anybody to do press pass laminating, right? I'm just trying to tell you, you can. If you think I'm lying, go online and type in press pass and look how many press pass companies it is. So because the scam likely crew wanted to do what they do, right? They even included a well-known informant. This informant got the traveling vice lords locked up out there in Illinois. This informant also hops on the internet with another with a lawyer, a well-known lawyer, and talks about getting R. Kelly killed. This informant also goes from platform to platform to talk about DanaJay is in the paperwork. This informant also is the scariest motherfucker on YouTube and in real life. This informant also freaks with the lawyer that wrote all of his motions that got denied and sounded dumb as fuck. But he had something to say. So let's listen to what this dumb informant had to say. Check it out.
Talk about it. Recently, a well-known YouTube informant by the name of DanaJay, or actor DanaJay, contacted the federal government about infamous Sylvia press credentials, saying she didn't have them. Well, guess what? She do. Let's talk about it.
Let's go again.
Recently, a well-known YouTube informant by the name of DanaJay, or actor DanaJay, contacted the federal government about infamous Sylvia press credentials, saying she didn't have them. Well, guess what? She do.
Well, let's talk about it. Y'all know I always set it up in grand fashion. Let's talk about it. Whoo, boy. So, you know me, I contacted media inquiries and at New York Southern District Court, right? And I said, sorry to bother you guys. And just for clarity, can you confirm or deny that the photo attached is or is not the press pass for NYSD courts for the trial of USA versus Sean Combs, please? This lady is causing chaos on the internet with this press pass drama. Hope to hear from you soon. Thank you in advance. Well, y'all see it. She got a press pass, huh? But this is what the government said. I'm going to leave this right here. And I would go right here.
Believe they did this to my mama, man. Y'all did this to my mama. Y'all did this to my mama. I'm going to make y'all motherfuckers pay. I'm going to make you motherfuckers pay. I don't give a fuck how long it take. I'm going to get you motherfuckers. I'm going to get you motherfuckers back. Everything you did to me and my family, I'm going to get you back.
Well, the only thing I can do and say is this right here.
But today's a brand new morning. Hallelujah. Begin to praise God for the morning.
I don't know what you think you are. You think you're some constitutional scholar, you're some celebrity. Keep her name out of your mouth. Keep his name out of your mouth.
I got arrested this past week because of him. I was arrested.
For what?
They lied on me. They lied.
Where?
In Chicago. I got arrested. He called a lady up and had me arrested. They did a false report on me, and I'm just tired.
That's in Chicago. I can't help that.
I'm tired of him constantly. I call my mother, tell them that they do to me. He's constantly like,
stay off the internet. Stop. None of this is worth this.
But he's doing it to me.
You're both from what you've both shown me. You're both doing it to each other. Stop.
I promise you.
It is a waste of your emotional capital. But I'm telling you both right now.
I feel like going to church. Let's go.
Begin to praise Him for the new morning. Begin to praise Him.
Praise the Lord for the press pass. That don't get you nowhere. The press pass. 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 Let's go.
The devil be. See, the devil won't act stupid. But I buy. Ooh, he got possible. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for foolishness. Y'all better quit playing with me.
So, what happened was the New York Southern District Court said that is not a press credential issued by the Southern District of New York. With that being said, I got a question for the Scam Likely crew. You get on the internet and you harass people that don't even think about y'all miserable motherfuckers. So, and going forward, I say every subscriber that's over there need to leave because you are being scammed out of your funds. You've been scammed out of your time, and everything that she reports is a lie. I can't say no more. I can't do no more. Also, I'm going to say this. That is not a press credential issued by the Southern District of New York. So the question that them subscribers over there need to have is, where did this press pass come from? Y'all are owed an explanation. Y'all paying for her stay. Y'all paying for her flight. Y'all paying for her meal. Now that you got the truth and not the juice, y'all are owed the explanation of where this fake ass press pass come from. With that being said, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave it here for all of you that want to hear. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Be someone important and be yourself. And one thing you got to understand is that elephants don't swat flies, and jets, they fly.
Woke up there.
They fly over turbulence. I don't know what else to tell y'all, but y'all got it all right there. And for the people that want to call names and say bozo this, bozo that, this is what I got to say about you. And it go a little something like this. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? So what I'm gonna do, right? Because, you know, I like to have fun. And with me having fun, I'm gonna put, as Levi would say, I'm gonna put the thing in a thing, right? So, and putting a thing in a thing. And putting the thing in a thing, right? I'm going to show you what they hate. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you what they hate. And what they hate is the truth. For many years, they went around the campaign talking about that I'm a liar and this and this. But everything I said came true. And everything I said was nothing but the truth. So while y'all looking at that picture, I only got one song to say. You left Georgia. What up, Brooke? My bestie in the building. You left Georgia on probation, on bail, without letting your bail officer know, or your bail bondsman know. You said you was going to the Diddy trial and you went. But what you ain't tell people is that you're going to be standing outside with everybody else. So you got a fake press pass for nothing. I got one song to put out there for you. Let's go. Good morning. Oh. That's why I can't lose. That's why I can't lose. Because I put God first. Oh. Y'all hate that. Woo. Uh, uh, uh.
Somebody must love it.
What y'all got to understand is that the Dream Team is undefeated. And trust me, that is our grind song right there. Y'all want to be us so bad. Y'all want to be us so bad that you would do anything to try to get some sort of direction of, oh, I'm first. I'm first. I'm first. You first at what? You first at what? You first at what? You first at lying? And that's all you first at. At lying. And that go for every last one of y'all over there. Every last one of y'all over there. Y'all lied to themselves. That's not organic blogging. Excuse me, but that's not organic blogging. That is lying to try to get ahead, but then somebody just scrolling past and you see you with the hood on and you just standing there with everybody else. But I thought your press pass made it so you ain't had to do that. Mm, 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 mm. What you got to realize is that the Dream Team is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? The Dream Team is undefeated. And I'm not going to go back and forth with none of y'all scam likely motherfuckers. All of y'all retarded, y'all slow, y'all stupid, y'all dumb, y'all dusty, y'all crusty, y'all ugly, y'all big, fat, swollen, bad skin care, nappy ass weaves. That's what all of you motherfuckers are about. Now, I can give you a good roast. I can give you a good roast. But I'm going to say what the people in your chat should say. Where is the money that they gave to you for you to be amongst the press? We seen Dennis Byron amongst the press. We seen Dennis Byron amongst the press. We didn't see the scam likely amongst the press. DanaJay ain't there yet. But when DanaJay get there, you're going to see DanaJay amongst the press. I'm trying to figure out, you gathered all this money. You scammed all these people. And you're amongst the regular folks. Don't make sense. You are sacrificing your freedom to just sit amongst people to say I was there. That's not good. That's not good at all. Only thing I can think about is only thing I can think about is this right here.
Oh Lord, help me, Lord, roll, Jordan, roll. Roll, excuse me, roll, Jordan, roll. Look at my soul on the rise.
I don't get it. Because now I know that you would do any and everything for nothing. That's not cool. That's not cool. So when the scamming stops, then maybe it'd be some normally. And I'm making up a word. Maybe it'd be some normally on these YouTube streets. Or is it that you have to start telling people like, yo, this ain't real. This ain't cool. When will the Scam Likely crew start holding the Scam Likely heads accountable? That's all I want to know. When will the Scam Likely crew start holding the heads accountable? They've been lying to y'all the whole time. And y'all been eating it up. Oh, yeah, DanaJay, this and that. And I sit back and laugh until I get tired. And then you come out and you start exposing folks. And then when you expose folks, then you the bad person. No. The question is, when are y'all going to get tired of being scammed? The question is, when are y'all really going to start holding these liars accountable? The question is, when y'all going to stop letting them play in your face? That's the question. And I know it's going to be a lot of feedback from this, but I'm going to laugh. You know why I'm going to laugh? Because everything I posted is facts. Straight from the court themselves. So when you want to argue, go argue with your mama. Because I ain't going to argue with you. Because the court done told me all I need to know. You think I'm going to listen to a drunk that gets on the internet and cries over somebody that she never met face to face? Oh, man. You think I'm going to listen to a lawyer who don't get out the bed every day and who's scared to show their face? No, man. I'm going to laugh at you. Because you're going to come at me and you're going to be like, oh, my God, this and this and this and this. And I'm like, oh, listen to this again. And while people listening to y'all try to talk about people who got more bread than all of y'all over there. But I keep forgetting, I got to play the role. I'm broke. I'm homeless. I'm all this, right? Y'all keep listening to a miserable broad. Y'all keep listening. Y'all going to be sitting back like, we didn't know. We didn't know. We sorry. The whole time, she on the internet crying over niggas wanting them to slut out. Boy. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say this. Y'all see who was talking about kids? Y'all haven't even saw me or heard me speak on nobody kid in a minute. But they speak on mine. They talk about mine. So when I get downright nasty and start talking about this, I don't want nobody crying. Talking about, that's not fair. Dana talking about my kids. They talking about my kids. That's not fair. Well, I'm sad to say this, but I'm happy to say this. This is your doing. Isn't this your voice?
I have a black son, okay? Okay, sweetheart. I get it. Baby, she's trying to come together. We all trying to come together. Kid, tell me how to feel, okay? Okay, hold on. It's okay.
I'm lost. Because you have a son that have a little bit of melanated in him. You feel like you are entitled to really be around colored folks. What makes you entitled? Because technically you're Caucasian. So what makes you entitled to what us melanated folks have? You're not one of us. So honestly, when you're not one of us, is show. And we don't want you around any of us. With that being said, Dana J up out of here. I just want y'all to see that pic because y'all know what time it is. Sometimes you just got to shut the shit down. Let's go.
Shut that shit down. I'm so tired of it. Yeah. You need to stop thinking her to get. She deserves the best. And if you can't give it to her, then why hold on to her? It's not fair. You know it ain't no. You need to let her go, let her go. You need to let her go, let her go. You need to let her go, let her go. You need to let her go. I mean, love's keeper. If you don't love her, then you leave that girl alone. You keep playing with her. Shut that shit down. I mean, love's keeper. If you don't love her, then you leave that girl alone. You keep playing with her. Shut that shit down. Heartbreak, heartache. That's what makes love go round, round. Before she gets to acting crazy, stop calling that girl your baby. Yeah.
Don't make the mistakes I made.
You know you ain't ready.
Oh.
Quit acting like you ready.
Oh.
If you know you ain't want it, quit acting like you want
Facts.
it. You need to let her go, let her go. You need to let her go, let her go. You need to let her go. Try to be my brother's keeper. If you don't love her, then you leave that girl alone.
Oh.
Shut that shit down. Try to be my brother's keeper.
It feels good to not be amongst them crazy folks. Shut that shit
all the way down, 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 down. If you know you don't love her, shut her down, 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 down. If you know you don't wanna, shut her down, 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 down.
I need you to take heed, man. This is your warning. If you're listening,
let me hear you say, oh, you need to leave her. You need to leave her alone. You need to leave her. You need to leave her alone. You need to leave her. Why keep lying to that girl. Messing up her world, making promises she can't keep. You need to set her free. Keep lying to that girl. Messing up her world, making promises she can't keep. You need to set her free. Keep lying to that girl. Messing up her world, making promises she can't keep. You need to set her free. Keep lying to that girl. Messing up her world.
Scam likely. Your days is up.
You need to set her free. Keep lying with her.
Oh. Love every last one of y'all.
You keep playing.
That's Spud Howard out of Texas. Love every last one of y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the cash apps. Y'all can go ahead and continue hitting the cash app when I'm off and gone. But like, share, subscribe. Tell somebody to come join. Listen, we on our way to 10,000. Let's keep it going. We got 4,945 more to go. Let's rock. I'm gone. Love every last one of y'all. Dana J out. Peace.
Wow. It's Sean. This shit don't stop. You ain't fucking with me. I don't know who need to hear this, but you ain't fucking with me. It's only one y'all. Swimming in you. Hey, little mama. Said I wanna take her.